So let's talk about Gavin Newsom, and then I'll bring someone else in here. Maybe he can talk about Gavin Newsom as well in just a moment. Let's talk about Gavin, the governor of California. He is trolling Donald Trump at his own. He's giving him the energy that he's giving out. But first, this is Gavin Newsom on his redistricting plan versus Texas. Here it is.
As you mentioned, this is not like you're directly responding to Texas, which is under their current version of the maps trying to pick up 5 seats. But Ohio's moving forward, Indiana's moving forward, Missouri's moving forward, Ron DeSantis is making noise. Have you talked to your fellow blue state governors about whether they can do similar things, whether it's New York or Illinois or Maryland? Do you know where that stands?
Yeah, we've got to move. I mean, look, I really applaud. I admire what JB did in hosting the Texas delegation. Obviously, Kathy Hochul as well. I really appreciate what they're saying on this topic. And it's been wonderful. And of course, we're so proud of what Texas delegation did because they put a lot of wind in the sails of what we're doing. They raised so much awareness. And by the way, Dan, I don't think that. I know that. We've seen it numerically with polls we did just a few weeks ago. And people not even understanding what redistricting is or what it isn't, and now how overwhelming it is, universal almost, how people now understand what's at stake. But now it's time to put a stake in the ground. It's not just about rhetoric. It's about moving that rhetoric to a different reality. And it's about doing whatever we can, not just in those 2 states, but in other states all across this country. I know Maryland's talking potentially about something in January. I know that Kathy in New York has something not totally dissimilar to what we have in California. There's a version of that in Michigan. But look, at the end of the day, there is no do-over here, man. There's no do-over. If we fall short, if we see this guy roll up and go to all those other states, just like J.D. Vance rolled up into Indiana just a week ago, I mean, we could lose this thing. It's not an exaggeration.
Okay, so we get what you get. And finally, I'm glad there at least someone who is running or someone who's out there realizes how serious this is. And as a Democrat, they're not sitting back trying to be perfect and respectable and all of that. What do you make of that? And then we'll talk about the social media strategy as well.
Well, what he's saying is it's a 10-alarm fire. And he's also said that this isn't a lever that he wants to pull, which is why he's taking it to the people. I just recently moved from California. He was my governor for quite some time. I appreciate that transparency with the voters. And I also appreciate going to the mattresses because that's what this moment is. Like, you have to go to the mattresses and you have to do things right now that would not happen during normal politics time. But we are not there. We haven't been there for a while. And he absolutely understands that assignment. Now, with the rest of the governors, I know that they have to. I think that there are some Democrats who have to get on board with this strategy of showing up, like I said earlier, with the bat, with the nails, with the bat, like literally, because it's a 10-alarm fire. So, they're playing fire. They're setting fire to the rule book. And unfortunately, that's where we are right now politically as a country. There are no rules. And right now, Gavin Newsom is the one who's leading that charge.
Yeah, he is. I'm going to bring in now Tom Nichols to join Dr. Nola Haynes and I. Tom Nichols is a staff writer at The Atlantic and a contributor to The Atlantic Daily newsletter. Tom, thanks for joining us today. I'm sure you've been in a green room listening to some of it. What do you make? You saw people, Gavin Newsom's social media team over the weekend. I mean, my gosh, for the last week or so. Have you been paying attention to what's going on with that?
Well, in between trying to figure out if we're still going to be members of NATO by the end of the day today. So, I've been trying to keep track of various disasters. But yes, I have seen Newsom's social media presence in some of those posts.
Yeah, I just want to play some stuff because let me get a little bit more of what he said here and then we'll talk about it. He is saying that Trump is a failed president. Again, trolling Donald Trump. Here it is.
You know what Donald Trump knows? He's going to lose the midterms. He knows de facto his presidency ends in 17 months when Speaker Jeffries is back in office. He knows it. Why else? Why else would you try to rig the system? Why else would you make the phone call? He's a failed president. Who else sends ICE same time having a conversation like this? Someone who's weak. Someone who's broken. Someone whose weakness is masquerading as strength.
Yeah. So that's what he said at a press
Most-
conference that happened on Friday. And then he also tweeted this out, or his team did at least, of him in high school, I believe, or his high school or in college, in comparison to his high school, in comparison to J.D. Vance. Now, I'm not sure, Dr. Haynes, what you think of that. I thought it was a Baldwin brother at first. But what's the significance of that? Does this help him?
It does, because he's speaking directly to the petty audience, and the petty audience want to see a whole lot more of petty. And, this is a battle that's being fought across multiple areas. And right now they are owning the messaging zone. And this is something that Dems have been struggling with. I can tell you, Don, since November, I can't tell you how many messaging meetings I've been in, regarding, in the foreign policy world, the national security world, trying to figure out how to do this thing. Even my show on the Persist Network, Nightcap, is about countering the manosphere, So there have been so many attempts at trying to get this messaging thing down to break through. And that's what we have with Gavin Newsom. People may not be happy with his four way to the right in the media, but he's breaking through and he's owning a narrative that Dems have struggled with.
Yeah. The podcast with Charlie Kirk and Steve Bannon and the interviews, whatever. Gavin Newsom's social media team, can you guys please get back to the Epstein of it all too in so can you guys please tweet as Donald Trump or as Gavin Newsom with the Epstein files? Because that's where the rubber meets the road, trust me. Gavin Newsom. This is from Newsom after the high school thing, when he said, I need that. I miss that. I like this one. Leave that one up. Long live the king. Now, how do you think Donald Trump felt about that? Now, I didn't know. I was like, who is that man? I was like, is that the guy from Scandal? What's his name? Who was it? President, whatever his name was on Scandal. Is this Tony Goldwyn? By the way, I know Tony Goldwyn's brother is just as handsome too. And Donald Trump hates this. This is like an AI generated Gavin Newsom. It also could be Martin O'Malley. Do you guys remember him? I think he was the governor of Maryland for a while. That could be Martin O'Malley. It doesn't really look like Gavin Newsom, but I like it. I think it's good. And then there is one more from Newsom. That's just a king, but also the scarf one, really, for me. And then this one, let's explain this one. So put the first one up about the Nancy Mace thing, okay? So the Persistence says Republicans are 52,939 active voters away from flipping Pennsylvania. There are 1.1 million no-party affiliated voters in Pennsylvania. Nothing would anger Governor Shapiro more than for the Commonwealth to turn red. Register as a Republican today. Okay. And then what happened here? And then Governor Newsom says, the press people says, thank you, Nancy Mace. Now, I think this is a trans advocate, by the way. That was shady. Okay, and then the next one to this one, it says, thank you, Nancy Mace. Is that the same one? Thank you, Nancy Mace. That is hilarious. Okay, and then there's the one by Tommy Lahren. Do we have that?
This is it. Yeah, this is it.
Oh, there it is at the top. Okay, got it. I didn't see it at the top. I had it cut off. Tommy Lahren, new lows unlocked by Gavin Newsom and his team of losers. Ooh, you guys got her. That it's getting to him. Keep going, Governor. And then they responded, "You sound woke." Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.